Alright, hello again. We're back. Oh, forgot to flip a light on here. I don't know if this one's going to make much difference. Yeah, it does. Okay. So, oops. Almost fell on the floor. Alright, we're ready for another command. Chit pull in the Battle of Bull Run. Let's reach around, move them around a little bit. Grab me one. I'll take this one. It will be the Confederates' turn. The Confederate will be Wilcox. I think Wilcox has only got one unit that made it to the battlefield, though. So where's Wilcox? And he is a member of the old Longstreet wing. Okay, rolling to Wilcox. Wilcox gets a 4, which means he will be moving 6. So Wilcox moving 6. Welcome to the battlefield. We're gonna see where Wilcox is gonna go, and we'll be back. Okay, this is gonna be Wilcox's old Pryor's brigade. There's his move. Moved him on up the road outside of Groveton to lock these two brigades. Now, these two brigades can't move out of his zone of control back into another zone of control, so that locks these guys down. They got a better tactical efficiency rating than these guys do. This one only has a 2, so bring it on. We might bring in some help on these hexes around if we can. I think Kemper's already moved, though. Yeah, Kemper's already moved, so maybe Hood will come up here. Well, we'll see what happens. But that is the move for the Confederates. Are the Confederates going to attack? I'm going to see if they're going to combat. Nah, they got a few more. They got a few more chits to draw. No reason for any hasty moves right now. Oh, Confederates can attack. That's right. We've already used it up early in the game. All right. Has Jackson's wing moved? No, Jackson's wing hasn't moved, so I could still use that one. Okay, I gotta remember all this. Time goes by, periods between the games. I gotta remember what I'm doing on the board. So we're going for another draw. Going for another draw. Yeah. All right. It is the Confederate player. Initiative's moving over to the Confederates. And it will be, man, we're just talking about Ewell. Okay. Do I want to roll for you, or do I want to use Jackson's swing? Ewell is a Jackson brigade, but he's the one that's caught back here. So, moving. That one unit's locked in. Another unit's locked in too. Now he can get out of there early. I think that's who it is. Can bail on out, but he can only move back once. I don't see him doing that. So, Ewell's force is going to stay put. And I'm going to move. So, one unit's out of command range. But it don't make a difference, but if it was, we would do something like this. And something like this on Ewell's forces. Meaning that he couldn't move adjacent to a unit or initiate combat, so that's what he's going to do. This unit here could move out, but I think he's just going to stay there. Pin down the Union forces, so no movement for Ewell. Ewell will stay. And I don't think that I'm going to use the Jackson swing, because that gives him a little bit better movement allowance, and if he ain't going to move, why use it? So, all right. Ewell's marker will go there. We'll roll for him anyway, just to see. We got a 1. So Ewell would have been able to move 4. All right, well, let me look over the board here, make sure I'm doing this right. I don't think I wanted Ewell to move. See what the plan is over here for the Confederate player. Over there. Right. Well, there was a thought to use the Jackson wing marker. But he's out of command range. I wouldn't have been able to attack, so that pretty well put the kibosh on that. If he would have been able to attack, he'd been fine, but you can't trace a line over here to Ewell's unit. One of these units can't attack, so that does it for that Jackson wing. I was going to maybe use the Jackson wing marker. It would have been a nice 4-to-1 attack against this town. Would have most likely, I don't know, they held out last time, old Kearny's forces, but it most likely would have recaptured the town. So, and the Confederate player's already used his combat, so the only way he can combat is through that Jackson marker. The only unit on Jackson's wing left to activate is Telepharo, and he's nowhere near that front. So, no, that is really bad for the Confederate player. They can't get that town back this turn. Man, they could have though. They would have just had him here if he could have just moved. But okay, I guess that's it. Let's draw for another chip. And this shit's going to be the U.S., the Union. Keep on calling them the U.S. They're all U.S. And it's Ricketts. All right, what's going on, Ricketts? Ricketts up here. All right. Here we go. All Ricketts' units are in command range. I don't see anybody lollygagging down the roads. So we're going to roll for Ricketts' unit, see how far they can move. Oh, Ricketts gets a 5, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. That's maximum movage for Ricketts. So Ricketts, 2 units get 8 movement factors to work with this turn. Let's see how they're going to spend them. We're right back with Ricketts' move. And his units moved out of a zone of control, which is allowed to do. But they can't enter a zone of control again, so this is the disposition of the forces. These guys are up here on the old hill overlooking the battlefield. Mostly we're just moving back, trying to get forces ready for a final assault. Luckily, Confederate, most of his forces are down here west of the Victory Point hex, so we'll maybe tie these guys up a little bit, see if we can't get a good fight going up here for the Victory Point hex. That'll be it for Ricketts' move. Oh, I got a long sleeve on here. It's knocking everything over. Don't wear robes while you're playing a game. Okay. So here we gotta take these command markers off. Show you the disposition of the forces here. And we're getting ready to make another Bull Run Command Cup shit draw. Here we go. The next side to make the move is going to be the Union. And it is going to be Kearny's forces. Kearny's forces. Is there anybody left at Kearny? Oh, Kearny's one involved in holding Centerville. I don't think Kearny's going to be moving. Can he move? No, you can't move from one zone of control to the next. I think they're locked in there. Unless that old brigade opposed wants to move out. But when he move out, he can't move back into a zone of control. Pretty well leaving Kearny to his own. But if he moves out of there, these old units here could maybe move in. These ones here, if they get a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they need 6 to move in there. Do I gamble on that? Oh, let's see what Kearny's going to do here. Union player don't have no special command markers, so they can't do nothing fancy. 3 for Kearny. Kearny can only move 4 if he wants to move. Do I move him out? He can't participate in combat. I need to get more forces in there. I'm gonna leave Kearny's forces be. I got the town. I'd like to move Kearny and give him some reinforcements there. It'd be nice if I could move him into the town with his troops. Let me look at the rules, see if that's a pod legal move. that'll stay there, but I don't see where they can move out of one zone of control to the other. I know a presence of a unit negates the zone of control for some things like retreats, but maybe I'll be right back. Gotta look at. Okay, that won't be a legal move for Kearney to join up over in there. This unit only negates zones of control for retreats and supply and all the other good stuff. So anyway, let me that's it for Kearney. Kearney's not going to move, so he's just going to stay put. Let's have another chip draw. Does the Union want to commit to combat yet? I don't believe so. I got some units I need to move still. Freaking Hooker. Wait for Hooker's activation. I guess he's the only one really left on this side of the battlefield. Hooker can't do nothing. King's moved. Second Corps, where's Second Corps? They're down here. They ain't got nothing to do with over here. I gotta look around, see what's going on. I might have a combat coming up. And the Union player is gonna decline combat. We'll wait. We're in no hurry right now, so let's go ahead and draw another command chit from the Bull Run Command Cup. And it's gonna be the Confederates draw, and Hood will be the commander of the hour. Oh, Hood back here by Old Teleferio. So I guess all his units are pretty well close together. We'll reward both of them with a command formation marker. And we'll roll for Hood's units. 5. Okay, well, Hood gets 8 movement points. Let me see what I'm going to do with Hood's units, and we shall return. Confederate player. Hood's movement was pretty much a no-brainer with that big victory point hex sitting there unoccupied. So I moved 2 really nice brigades. Old, looks like who these guys are. Law's brigade from Hood's division, and the Texas boys, the old Texas boys. So we got a good solid hold on that very last victory point hex, and it was looking a little precarious there for a second. So all hope is not lost, and we'll be back for the next chip draw. We got football going there in the background. I gotta get back there and watch me some football. I'll be right back. Command chit pull for the Confederates. Couldn't have been more of a demoralizer for the Union player. That really solidifies things up there on that hill. So we have to gather a bunch of forces. I don't see any way I could cut off anybody unless somehow I can draw some of them down here. But what does the Confederate player care about down here for? So we'll see what's up. This could be a big bog. I can see what kind of went on historically. We need to get rid of all this. Get rid of this mess over here back east. So next command pull is the Union forces, and I think the odds are just going to go their way now, and the Union forces need to commit combat here coming up soon. So it's the Second Corps, and that is only Williams's men, which are spread apart. See if we can get some good moves on that. Looking for the high die roll. Yep. Yeah, old Williams. His men will be getting a good ass chewing. They get 4 movement points. This one here being the one that is going to be out of command. And this one here being all the way up here, separated. Maybe in command formation, like again, I don't think he's even going to move. If he moves out of the zone of control, he can't move back in. So he'll stay there for that attack, I guess. Okay, let's move this guy here. 4 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all he can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be it for Williams' move. Let's see what the combat situation is here. I still have Hooker. I think will be the key. I don't think I got any key attacks going on where I'm worried about the Confederate player making his move, so we'll just hold off on the combat. Oop, move the microphone this way and you might hear me better. Next move. Next draw is going to be Union and First Corps, Army of Virginia. Oh, is it over here? It's the only unit left. The lone First Corps unit. Right up there on the hill. See how many he can move. Oh, roll die real quick because I hear supper getting ready. Come on in. 2. Oh, First Corps can move 2. We'll be back with the First Corps' move. Okay, we are back. And I'll go ahead and move what's left of the First Corps off of Matthews Hill down to this little farm here called J. Dugan's. And they're going to just mostly shore up the line, participate in attack, whatever it need be. Maybe take a few shots at old Stuart's cavalry there. So anyway, that's his movement. That'll be it. There's only 1 unit left. The rest of them all wiped out. So that's how everything's forming up. So again, the Union player will not commit to combat. So no combat with the First Corps' activation. Ready for another chit pull. Let's see what we got here. And we got a Confederate pull. And it's old Taliaferro's. Okay. Taliaferro really don't need to move. There's nobody to move back in. I think that's it for all the Confederate activations. Do I use a Jackson wing to move him anywhere? I mean, Jackson's wings only helps him gives him extra movement. He really don't need to move. He can commit to combat though. But does he really want to combat? I think they're more on a defensive end. It'd only be Taliaferro's units that could combat anyway. I don't see no combat there. Okay, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. Taliaferro's get to stay put. I heard a dog barking. I'll be back. Alright, well, we're back. So we're going to roll for old Taliaferro's unit. And he gets a nice little roll. So, Taliaferro can move 10. We're not using Jackson's wing. We are not going to attack. And the only thing Taliaferro's going to do is he'll brigade with Taliaferro himself. Just reinforcing the front line. And that'll be it. Pretty nice line there. I don't think the Union's got what it takes to crack it. So that'll be it. That's it for Taliaferro. Taliaferro. And we have a couple more chits. Next chit to be drawn will be a Union chit. And it's going to be the 5th Corps down here. All these lost purple units. They'll have to find their way to the battlefield. Alright, well, they can definitely use a nice big fat roll. Let's go ahead and see who we're going to have in combat range. I don't know if I want to do a combat. Let's do it like this. Just in case. And I don't think they're, it's going to matter. These guys are pretty well spread out, and that's a shame. -2 Dyro modifier starting at the turn it first appears on the map and ending with turn 11. Alright, well, he gets a -2 Dyro modifiers. They don't want to move these guys. It's turn 9 now, so these guys still are suffering their slow syndrome. So they get a 1. That means they can move 2. So the 5th Corps, for some reason, can't get it together. They're all spread out. Let me make their movements and I'll be right back. Okay. 5th Corps. Got a little bit of movement up here, not much, with only 2 movement points. But the notable movement is I pulled them out of engagement with Longstreet's Jones divisions. So pulled them out. That's all the further he can move. He wants to go up this hill, but he didn't have enough movement points. He's clearing on up. So we're heading to where the fight is. We can care less about these Confederate units down here, although might have been a case for having a diversionary attack and all that, but nah, I ain't worried about that. I know where the victory points are. So that'll be it for the 5th Corps. And again, I don't think the Union is going to declare combat yet. So let's draw another chit. Give you a sight look at the board here. And the very last command shit's... Oh, no, that was my mistake. Get too much of a hurry there. Okay, it's a U.S. chit. And it's going to be the boy man we've been waiting for, I think. Hooker. Alright, let's roll for Hooker. See how he does. He gets a 3. Which comes out to 6. And there's Hooker's movements. I don't think Hooker's going to move. So therefore, I think that's that's got to be the last Union. Oh, hold on. King can still move. King's out here yet. I could use a king movement too. Now he's in his zone of control. I can't move out another one. So therefore, coming down here, we're going to grab the Union combat chit. Do I want to move King? King can't go nowhere, so I can't move him. It's going to be a combat move for the Union player. Let me assign artilleries on each side. See what's going on. I guess there is no supporting artillery for these Union forces, and that's where the main attack's going to come from. So let me assign target hexes, and we will be back. Alright, these are the target hexes. We have a lot of attacks going on here, so this will be a second offensive, second push by Union forces to break free of Centerville and move west. You can take a look at all the attacks going on here. Some of these are mandatory, so I think this is a mandatory. This one here may be mandatory. This one here is mandatory. So these are the attacks in the east. And we only have one attack going on over here in the west. And that's against the old cavalry. They might withdraw. I think they got a withdrawal option, so we'll see if he even wants to withdraw or what's going on with him. But these other units, ain't even messing with these guys right now. They're waiting for reinforcements, so no attacks along this line. That'll be it. We'll be back with the result. Okay, this is results of the second offensive around Centerville. You can see where the hexes have been vacated. Old Ewell's brigade here held out. Oh, who is that down there? Oh, I can't read. I wish I could read. Tribble or somebody. He's holding fast. Some units were eliminated. This unit here that was in this hex, I think, was eliminated. This hex here is vacated, and these guys are trying to withdraw or get themselves back to the Confederate forces in the west. That's a pretty good outcome for the Union player. That frees up a lot of units to go. I mean, we still have a little bit of mopping up to do, but that's about it on this hex here. It was also vacated by the Confederates, so we had a little bit of an advance there. Artillery helped on that one. This target hex here, it was vacated. and King's forces moved on into there. So that's what it looked like in that around Centerville. Pretty successful for a Union player. Out here, this was a mandatory attack, so it was kind of low odds. Wanted to go against Stuart. Stuart's cavalry tried getting away, but failed. But they suffered no losses in the combat, no significant losses. But the Union players suffered a step loss in the attack. So that's what we got going on there. As far as score goes, Confederates have 21 points. Union players 16. So that's what we got. Let's clean up the board here real quick, and I'll give you a better look at what the forces look like. Alright, so here's what it looks like. Like I said, we got a little bit of a mop-up operation going up here against old. Let me see who this is. I think it was Trimble or something. Trimble. Alright, Trimble's a thorn in the old Union side here outside of Centerville, but he'll probably, in real life, probably would have surrendered or something. He's pretty well surrounded. But he's still full strength. Still got all his units. And like I said, he's holding up a bunch of Union forces. So I guess he's doing his job. Other than that, the Warrenton Turnpike has been freed. So let the pour-in begin. We'll try getting as many units as we can down that turnpike. Get over here for that last victory hex. It might just be a matter of slugging it out, wearing down forces, but it's going to be a fight. Might last a bunch of turns and see when the dust clears who's got more men standing. Okay, on the southern front though, old freaking 5th Corps. Alright, they're 2 die roll modifier penalty for starting, or for their turn where movement ends next turn, so that'll help them. Maybe they can draw in some forces down here and get themselves a little bit of an offensive going. Alright, we're going to draw our last chit. Let me go ahead and grab these artillery markers. This one here is for Kearney. Where else do I have artillery? Okay. 6th Corps. 6th Corps' artillery is used up. And over here, Stuart's artillery. We're taken care of on the Stuart. Place them there just to get them off the board. Okay. Final chit pull, or is there 2 chits? There's only one more chit in here, and I think it has got to be King, isn't it? U.S. And yes, it's King. So we'll go ahead and put King over here so he can move. He needs to get going on down there. He needs a blitzkrieg. Oh, and look what happens with King. Things are going the Union's way in this game. All right, well, he gets 8 movement factors for his 6 die roll. He's already used up the artillery. Oh, King is going to get ready to move. He's not going to engage or anything. He's just moving on down the road. So let me get him moved and we'll be right back. All right, there's King's movement. Forgot to put on the old command marker, but they're all in formation. So it's only a little reminder, I guess. But anyway, units from the 2nd Corps, I guess it is. Yeah. Williams' division got in their way, bogged them so they couldn't use the road bonus, or else they'd been a couple hexes further on down the road to Old Stone Bridge. So that is it. That is turn 10. We are going into the evening. Not quite dark yet. The sun's getting ready to set. And this is the situation as it is. Looking good for the Union. I don't know how the Confederates lost this battle. We'll see what's up. I haven't got it won yet. We'll be back. We gotta do some cleaning up, look at some rules, and we shall return. Okay, we are at the end of the operational phase for turn 10, and it is a retreat phase. And we did have some units that qualified for the required non-optional retreat. Reynolds' forces were below in elevation to Hood's forces, So they retreat 4 hexes, so they retreated 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes that way. So that's one of the rules in this game. If you're in your operations next to a unit that's higher than you, you got to get the heck out of there. So this one here, he's at the same elevation, so it don't make a difference, but he's separated by this big old berm, which means he wouldn't have had to retreat anyway if this guy would have been, this guy still would have been at a higher elevation. So that is it for the retreat phase. Over here to the old rule book. And the retreat phase, night phase. It's not a night turn. So we'll go to the simultaneous surrender phase. Huh. Alright, night phase. These units retreat. Hold on, I'll be back. My mistake. Retreat phase is what we just did. Night phase encapsulates A, B, and C, which we ain't going to do, so there's no simultaneous surrender until night turn. So next we'll do is the end turn phase, which curtails consists of both players check for an automatic victory. Well, none of that yet. If no victory is achieved and it is not the last turn of the game, remove all command markers. Move the marker new turn and final game turn. Okay, mutual reinforcement phase. So let me do some cleaning up and get ready for next turn. We'll be back. We are back. We've gathered up all the command markers, artillery markers, special command markers. And for people just learning the game, there's 2 types of markers here. There are these right here that are called the regular command markers. And then you have these markers over here, which are called the SCMs, special command markers. The SCMs never go in the cup. They're special because they can be used by the Confederate player if conditions exist at his whim. Artillery markers, here's some special ones too. Now in this scenario, the Union player don't get special command markers, and that what's that do? That recreates or simulates the superiority in the Confederate command structure generals. Just the way that they can put in the game that the Confederate player has better generals. So that's just simulating that. We're all ready to go here. All we need to do is move the turn marker and look at the reinforcements and see if anybody wants to do any early reinforcements. This reinforcement here has the number 9 on it, so it was supposed to come in 2 turns ago. So we'll place him here, get him ready for, he won't get no roll to see if he gets delayed any further. Old Kemper's brigade underneath Kemper, the old general himself. Yeah, that's always real good. He's the one that got lost, so we'll roll for him. And like I said, there's a debate on my comments about whether these units come on, but as far as I can interpret, you got to roll for each one separate. And I've gone through the rules pretty good. That's at least how I came out with. I mean, I'd love to hear from the person who designed the game, and believe me, I like to do it right. So, but we're going by my interpretation, which says you roll for each unit instead of. It says specifically in the rules that the units are considered separate until they reach the board, and that's when you can color them all. You can group them all by color. So we'll be rolling for him. Right now, I'm going to look and see if the Confederate player wishes to bring in early reinforcements, and we'll see if the Union player qualifies. I don't see any reinforcements over there for the Union player except for the ones that come in late, and he can't roll for them to come in early anymore anyway. So we'll be right back. Reinforcements are starting to deplete, so it's going to be what we got on the board here pretty soon. Be back. Okay, and we are back now. I'm going to go ahead, and here's what the situation is. It's getting dark. The turn is evening of the 29th of August. So I don't think the sun is set yet, but it's getting there. Slocum's last brigade won't be arriving till nightfall, about a few hours later. But the Confederate player has, and this is what it basically tries to simulate, is the Confederate player sent out a courier or a scout or a recon unit or something to go and try and find Anderson's brigades. And this is whenever these guys try to bring them out early. You got to figure, number one, they don't have phones. They might not have telegraphs, so it's all a matter of couriers. And I don't know if they could hear the battles or not. They might be able to hear them from as far away as they are, but they don't know what's going on or where it's going on. So what they're doing is sending out a courier to try to find Anderson. Tell them the battle's over here. Let's double time and get there. So what we're first going to do is roll to see if the couriers, which couriers found who, and who was able to bring them in early, or if they couldn't find them at all because they were lost and a longer way away. So we're rolling for each unit, not just the whole division. And I think other rules in the game reinforce that, rolling for each individual brigade. So let's go ahead and roll for the first one. What is that? Let me see. Early entry. Roll a 3, it enters. 4 or 5, it's 1 turn after, and a 6, it's 2 turns. So looking for a 1 or 3 for that courier. Going for Anderson's, and it's a 2. So this courier came through. He'll stay there. The next one, looking for that 1 or 3. He's got a 4. So he goes 1 turn later. So he won't come on until the nightfall. All right. Last one. 1. So there's a couple of them that have made it. We'll go ahead and put Anderson's chit with the rest of them that go into the command cup, because now they will be available. And here's the unit that found its way to the battlefield. We got 3 units we need to roll and see if they come on. He's supposed to come in our area H, and these here come on in area 9, or area I. So H for one, I for the other. We'll see how they made it, how they come on in the battlefield. Okay, sorry about that. I recorded and looked at the counter and it wasn't even on. Here's how the Confederates, the arrivals came out. One of Kemper's brigades came out the right spot he was supposed to come out on. I believe Anderson's unit was supposed to come out on I. Yeah, he came out on the wrong one. He was supposed to come out. They were both supposed to come out on here. One came out south, and another one got wayward up north. So that's how that came about or ended up. Okay, then we went on to the artillery phase. And there were 13 artillery counters. We put them all inside of the cup, and we withdrew 6. And this is how that came out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Union player, 1 for the Confederate player. So that's don't know how to explain that one. So anyway, I thought the Union had more artillery too than the Confederate player did. So that is how that comes out. And that is a total. That could be a game changer for the Union too. It's all about luck, I guess, in real life and in the game. So let me go ahead and both players are any special command markers. We've already set the command markers on out. Note that some both players place all command cups into the cup unless instructed. All right. So we'll go ahead and do that. All command counters. We'll get this artillery cup out of the way. Command counters here. And all these command counters here. Getting a cup full of them now. I started the game. There's like 3 or 4. All right, let me get this stuff in the way. I got this robe on. I'm just knocking all these markers all over. I should just take this goofy thing off. All right, artillery here. Available artillery with the Union player, and I guess that just represents logistics, or you know how cumbersome artillery is, and how lucky or how able the forces were able to get their artillery around the battlefield. And to be honest with you, the way this battle's gone, these guys back here would have some trouble getting artillery. So it's kind of eerie the way the luck has kind of turned out for the Confederate player. I mean, he's got some of his units back here that got artillery, but anyway, we're ready to pull chits. But first things first, and that is Longstreet Wing. It can be used once a game, and I got to look at the instructions, but that lets him pull the first chit or go first no matter what. and he gets a die roll modifier. So let me look at Longstreet's conditions, what his requirements, what you get with it. I think you get a die roll modifier on everyone's command movement. Do we need that now, or should we save that shit for later? I'm going to look at the rules and I'll be back.